Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to this CTFO Zoom event. My name is Adam Levy. It's Tuesday Night Live. We do it every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tonight, we have some great things I want to share with you. Also, want to hear from some people. Really, a lot of good things that are happening with CTFO. If you're not plugging in to the live Zoom that we do on Tuesday night. Hopefully, you're catching at least the replay. If you would, in the comments, if you could comment that you caught the replay, that would be great. If you're seeing it live, when you see this posted on Biz Builders, please let us know that you saw it live, and let us know what you think, because we're doing these for you to help you build your business. There's a lot of people out there that have all kinds of questions, and this is just a place you can plug in on a weekly basis to kind of get a sense that you're not in this by yourself, right? And that you've got people that can help you build the business. Before we get into it, I wanted to reach out to my friend Catherine Busang up in Maine. Catherine, how are you this evening?
I'm great. How are you?
I am fantastic. I love your picture of you in the Xantho Mist. I think you're one of the first people in the whole country to get one. Show us that. Show us that, Catherine. Twisted Mist for us. Hold on, can't see. All right. Well, maybe you could share a little bit about what your thoughts are about that product. I know you've been on it probably longer than just about anybody.
I ordered it the first day, when they announced it at the event. So I
Yeah.
don't want to miss out on that. And part of my reason is there a lot of things that I haven't been able to take. Adam knows why, because I have kidney disease. So my potassium and all these other levels, you have to restrict everything. But this doesn't go through your system like that.
Mhm.
So I'm very excited about that. There's nothing in there that has to be filtered like everything else does. That's really exciting. And I need this because I'm concerned about things like anemia, like that, from all things I cannot eat. And the simplicity is just great. Actually, it's quite pretty. It is like perfume or lipstick, which is very nice. Sorry, guys, but it is. And I was kind of amazed. I told Adam, I said, you don't even know that you have this in you. It's seriously a mist, and you don't know when you spray it in your mouth. It's like, oh, there's nothing there. It's like spraying air in, but it tastes good. So that's really good. So I'm really excited about it. I am keeping track of my blood work to see improvements. I'd been losing weight because of this, but I noticed after I started taking this, I continued to lose more weight. So I think this has something to do with, I'm sure it's inflammation and other things like that, but people who are trying to lose weight, I'm not trying to lose a lot of weight, but I think that would be helpful, because it's kind of a steady little downward trend here now, which is good, because I need to do that too. But I'll let you know too on my blood work if I show some improvement in the levels and numbers and stuff like that. I have again done next month. So I'm excited because there's so much in here that is so good for you. And I've done a lot of reading about it too, separately. And I think that we've got something going on here. But the delivery is just super interesting. Hard to explain the delivery. Does anyone have been using it yet?
So when you missed it in your mouth,
Yep.
there's nothing
Every
to
day.
swallow, right? There's just nothing to swallow.
There's nothing. It's like almost like air. So it's pretty cool. So for me, this is really great, because so many of our other things, like our shakes, I really miss them, but something I can have right now. So we're hoping to maybe my kidneys will come back. We don't know, but I think there's a lot in here that is helpful, and and I'm a high risk skin cancer person. I probably looked pretty rough at the last meeting a couple weeks ago, because I had 4 things taken off up here. My eyebrows were half cut off. But and also, I know we're not supposed to say it, but we can hear on this about the research that's being done with cancer, and the mangosteen and the rind and all of those kinds of things. It's a lot. There's a lot going on with that. Pharmaceuticals are using the
Absolutely.
fruit. So
Absolutely. And, obviously we can't talk about, a
no,
C word like that, but, if you
We get on
Google
there.
xanthones, right? If you Google
Yeah.
xanthones and you
Oh, yeah.
Google mangosteen, I mean, you can't get away from it. It's definitely something people are using for prevention for sure,
Yeah.
among other
Everything.
things.
Yeah. I have to research everything. So,
Mhm.
so far, so good. Haven't
Well,
found.
we're excited for you. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that. And you mentioned weight loss. It is definitely good for regulating blood sugar, and that's one of the
Yeah.
things that the xanthone mist will do,
Yeah.
which
The
is
inflammation.
really exciting. Yeah, and
All of
inflammation.
the
Yep,
things. Yeah.
awesome. Well, we're going to hear a lot of testimonies. They're going to start pouring in. Before um, I'm going to share my screen real quick. And I want to just show you one quick thing here. Okay, ooh, I couldn't do it. Why didn't it let me? It's not letting me today, huh? Let's see what happens here. Maybe, oh, look at that. Failed. All right, well, we're not going to share my screen then. Anywho, tonight there's going to be a presentation at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It is the Corporate Tuesday Night Opportunity event. I will tell you that tonight at ctfowebinar.com, I'll be presenting, and I will be blazing through this Xanthomist opportunity presentation. I'm going to get it done in 16 minutes flat, which is pretty impressive. That I know that already. That at 9 o'clock tonight, it'll be 16 minutes long when it goes live. So anyway, stay tuned for that. If you haven't plugged into the Tuesday night the Tuesday night corporate events, those are at ctfowebinar.com. Also, ctfowebinar.com has all the week's events listed. They redesigned that page, so now you have every corporate event listed. Of course, the only one not listed is this. It's not a corporate event. It's our Biz Builders, Tuesday Night Live team call that we do. But everything else is on there, so that's a good place to spend some time and to send to people because they want to know what's going on Monday, what's going on Tuesday, what's going on, and there's a lot of things that people can plug into. I do want to recognize my good friend Al here. Al just had some eye surgery, so he's not going to try to scare everybody. But if you've been seeing Al pop in with only one eye, that's what's happening. Al, you've done an amazing job over the last couple of weeks. Just really plug it in, and I want to tell your story just briefly, just so people kind of get a sense of how this business can work for people, and that it's something that we all have the opportunity to become successful with. And it really boils down to the fact that you've been great at building relationships within the industry. You've been involved in a few things, there's no question about it. Your background, you were at Amway way back when. You actually were in that company Zango where there was mangosteen, but you've been in a bunch of different things. But over the recent years, there really hasn't been anything that's kind of grabbed your attention to the point where you really engaged and built it. At least from my point of view, from what you and I have worked together on. But yet we've always remained really close and had a great relationship. And the other day, maybe you can share your story of how you led us to TED.
Well, thank you very much, on that. But yeah, Ted was a long friend. We've been communicating back and forth for a long time. We never did any business. Well, I did do a business with him, but it was just a courtesy, just to be part of this team, but never built anything. But kept a relationship with him. I went through a tough 4 years now through cancer and chemo and all. And I reached out to him because he had a post of some vitamins that he had was promoting. It was mental essentials, and it was about depression and mental focusing. And I said, shoot, and I saw a video of somebody talking about it. So I called Ted, and we launched the communication together. Sent me some pills. And then we started talking more into detail what his goals were. And I said, man, why reinvent the wheel when, we already have the technology that you're trying to develop? And he says, "What are you talking about?" And that's when I told him about Xantone Mist, and we had a three-way with Adam Levy, and that was it. That was history. He just took off, and he's been on fire. I've been trying to catch up to him. It's hard. He's a tremendous leader.
These are
he's
called Al. These are called first world problems, right? First world network marketing problems, right? Trying to catch up with my superstar that I just enrolled, who's on fire.
Tough,
I
but,
know these are terrible things.
I don't mind it. I don't mind him. It motivates you, to go out there and try to get the people that he knows that before he does, because we're in the industry, right? We're all
he knows a lot of people.
Yeah, we
so
know
congratulations too. You hit 1K just recently in the last few weeks.
I'm sorry.
And by the way, folks, this all just happened in the last couple of weeks. I mean, what's today? Tuesday. It was in fact 2 Mondays ago.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that
2
what
Mondays
it was?
ago?
2 Mondays ago that we did that infamous Zoom three-way.
Right.
And I don't even have all I had was the prototype to show, right? I don't even have my product yet. And so, he was looking to start his own company and do something similar to what we were doing. But he's like, well, shoot, you guys have already got my business plan. And I think it was 3 days later, right? 3 days later, he joined
3 days
us.
later. Absolutely right.
And he has just recently gone 5K in a matter of 2 weeks.
Yeah, he did 5K in 2 weeks. And he's going to hit 10K here probably next weekend.
Yeah.
No question about it. He's going to hit 10K. So, he's on move, things are moving, so.
Absolutely. And to be clear, I just want to, there's things people can learn in these. You hear a person moving that fast and you think, it's a standstill for a year or whatever it is. And you have to realize this is somebody who Al just had a really great relationship with. And the timing for him was perfect to do something, to move and to make a move in the industry, right? It was Ted's timing that made all the difference, right? Had we caught Ted 3 weeks later, when he had already purchased the software to start his own network marketing company,
it would never been
over, right?
It would have been totally different. It would have been totally different.
If we caught him, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, when he had licensed the formula he was building with another company, there's no way to express enough about how the timing is so important, the person's timing.
And keeping a relationship with, even if they tell you no, continue building that relationship. Always talk to them. Just send them a text, say hi, whatever. But just continue building a relationship, because at that moment, it could be 4 years, 5 years down the road. It might say, "Al, let's talk." So it doesn't have. You never know. You never know.
Play in the long game.
I'm gonna say with Adam Levy. Adam Levy, I've been with TCSO since we opened up.
Yeah.
And Adam Levy sends me a text about, "Hey, we got a new product coming out, and let's talk. You need to talk about it." And I wasn't building TCFO. I'm going to be honest. I was using the product, but I wasn't building it. But when he told me it was mangosteen and the delivery thing, I was with Zango. I remember when Zango came out with the product, it just hit $1 billion. And the delivery system that we have that is 80% more potent than what we were drinking back then, this is going to be a home run. I'm telling you, it's going to be a home run.
Well, that's the thing too.
I've been talking to people already who were in Zango, and they're all jumping on board. They're going crazy with it.
Absolutely. And so what you're pointing out is that, and this is something that I try to tell people, I've got people waiting around for their product, and I can't wait till my product gets here, and when's that going to get here? And folks, it's all shipping this week, right? So you probably get it this week, maybe beginning of the next, you're going to have your product. But the people that already know the power of xanthones, they aren't waiting for their product. I mean, Ted's up in Canada. Guess what? He's not going to get his product for weeks, right? Because it's going to be a while before we get that shipped to Canada. And it doesn't stop him. He's going to go 10K next week. And that's the difference between people that already know what this is doing for people and can do for folks, and those of us who are like, well, let me see how I feel on it, right?
Yeah.
You need to speak with some folks that have been involved with the mangosteen before. They know the power of this and what's about to happen. So, take advantage of it. The other thing I wanted to point out is, Ted's earned a lot of money in network marketing. I think he mentioned to me he's earned $14 million in network marketing over the last bunch of years. So this is somebody that obviously is going to move fast, right? He gets his teeth into something and goes for it. But what attracted him was something he had never seen before. And he believes that this is the future of how nutrition is going to be delivered. This is it. We're holding it in our hand. We have it today. We have a head start, a first mover's advantage on it. And it'll be a long time before anybody can really copy what we're doing with our 10X Pure liposomal nano emulsion. So pretty excited, Al. Congratulations on that. It's just awesome what you're doing. And yeah, now you've got a little fear of loss. You got to keep up, and you got to get your side volume going, right? So it's a good problem to have, though. We all wish we had that same problem, and we will probably have it.
My goal is 5K next week. I'll hit 5K next week.
All right. Well, you can do it. You're bringing in a lot of great people. I know your son just got involved, and looking forward to meeting some of those people as well. So I wanted to point out, I did a training on text replacement, and I wanted to cover that. Before I do, I want to let you also know that the science is still being written up on this. We're getting pieces and pieces of the science kind of dribbled out to us. I'm going to try to share my screen one more time, see if I can pull that off. Nope, we're having an error code. Something's wrong. Anyway, so just so you know, that's going on. I talk to David D'Arcangelo on a regular basis. He's got to interpret what the PhDs are putting together, what the labs are putting together, so that it is understandable by the layperson, right? That's really important. So just know that stuff is coming out. But his latest report that he's revealed talks about parts per million, and what we're giving people, in a capsule form that was tested by this third party. These test results show that there were 7.5 parts per million of xanthones per serving. Okay. The juice that was tested, 1.5 parts per million of xanthones per serving. And then the xantho mist, 5,000 parts per million per serving. Folks, if you do the math on that, it's almost 4,000 times more xanthones than the leading products that are out on the market. And I cover this in the presentation that I do. You'll see a graph and slides about this tonight at 9 p.m. But I got to tell you, this is just the very beginning. This isn't even talking about bioavailability. This is talking about what we're giving you per serving, right? If all bioavailability was equal and we gave you 7.5 parts per million or 1.5 parts per million, and then we gave you 5,000, if everything was equal, wouldn't we still be ahead, right? by about 4,000. So you're going to start to see these this different lab reports and things come out. Like I said, Dave is working on getting those to us as best he can, as fast as he can. These people move kind of slow, but at least he's given us a little piece here and there so that we can move it forward. And the bottom line is the testimonies that come back are going to be off the charts, because the testimonies were off the charts with the juice, and they were getting only 1.5 parts per million, right? So we're talking, closer to 5,000 on that one, times more, right, per serving. So anyway, it's going to be pretty exciting. So I wanted to point that. Also, get registered for the Super Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 25th. If you're not registered, I did post that at Biz Builders. And lastly, what I wanted to cover is just talk about, again, I did a training on Biz Builders about text replacement. If you're not using that feature on your phone, it's really neat, because when you have an Apple phone and you have a Mac and you have an Apple computer, when you put things here, they show up there, right? So whatever I do here operates the same way there. So I'll set up my text replace in my phone. And again, I did a training on that. And I have them listed as missed 1, missed 2, missed 3, missed 4, missed 5, missed 6, and missed 7. And each one of those is a fully thought out thought, or drip with a link to something great, like the advanced compensation plan for networkers, or the overview compensation plan for the layperson, or certainly my new presentation that you're all going to see tonight. I've got that down there with, check this out, my latest presentation. And then in that it says, if you like what you see, grab a spot here. And I've got 2 links in that one, right? But when people ask me for stuff, and sometimes you guys ask me for stuff too, hey, where's that thing? But boom, I go to my phone, I type in missed 7, boom, right? And I'm done, right? And when you start to build this business and you have a group of people asking you for things, that's one way. But also when you're out there presenting, I got to drip on people, right? I'm having these conversations in Messenger, right? And when I do that, I look at a person that hasn't responded or responded a little bit ago, or I have to follow up and we haven't quite got offline and on the phone yet. And I'll say, hey, here's my latest presentation. Boom, right? When's a good time to connect? When can we talk, right? So I always have something loaded in my gun barrel, right? to drip on them with. And it's ready to go. So I can do this business wherever I am with my thumbs. If I'm sitting at my desk, I can do it here. Again, if I type it in here, in Messenger, it populates. If I type it in here, text or Messenger, whatever, it populates. It's called text replacement. You can find it on your phone, and I do a training on it on BizBuilder. So hopefully we're all doing that. And guess what? If you don't need it, you're really not doing this business. You're not reaching out to enough people. You should need this at this time right now, because it is really the only way to operate when it comes to getting information and dripping on people quickly. Remember, everybody reads their messages and their texts. Not everybody opens up an email, or does an email even get through, correct? So this is an important thing to do.
Is that iPhone a particular year?
Excuse me?
Is that on iPhone and from a particular year?
It's on. There's a training on it on BizBuilders. If you go to our Facebook page, BizBuilders/CTFO, I do a training on it. And yes, you do it on your iPhone. That's where you set it up. And Dave, you got to definitely do that. Yeah, but you'll enjoy the training. It's not very long, and I hook my iPhone up to the Zoom, so all you're doing is looking at my phone and what I'm doing. So I mean, it's pretty clear training on how to do it. So you can slow it down and do it on your own phone. All right, excellent. Hey, Dave, welcome to our team call. By the way, glad to have you, my friend.
Yeah, I've been listening for a while. I've now for the first time seeing Al after reading his Facebook for about 20 years. Nice to put a face to it.
Hey, talking about that, I was at Publix waiting for my medication, and this lady walks by and she turns and looks at me, right?
Yeah.
And she kept on going. She turned back and came back and says, "Are you Al Diaz from Facebook?" I go, "Yes, you motivate me every single day." And we went on for about 30-minute conversation.
Al, we didn't know you were that famous on Facebook. That's
yeah,
fantastic.
man. Yeah,
Awesome.
a lot of people are like, yeah. I touched
Well,
a lot of
sounds like an
people
athlete or
that's,
something.
That's good.
What happened?
My
he
wife
had
hit
some
me.
surgery. All right, guys. I want to move it forward so we can wrap this up. Timothy, glad you could have joined us tonight. Thank you, Eric, for hopping on. Craig Davis, my friend, I'm glad to see you as always. All right. So listen, tonight, again, at 9 p.m. Eastern, www.ctfowebinar.com. Definitely plug in. You'll get to see me go through the only and the first full-on Xanthomist opportunity presentation. I get it done in 16 minutes. Hop on there tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. And as always, thank you all for joining me tonight on Tuesday Night Live. This is Adam Levy. I'm in Canton, Connecticut. Glad you all could be here. We'll see you on the next Zoom. Everybody have a great night. Bye-bye for now. Take care, everybody. See you all.
Have a good night.